Hello everybody, doing a little bit of a test stream here. Gonna be pretty simple here. But first, we gotta react to this video. Okay, this is what we gotta do. I'm sorry. Here we go. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater release trailer is finally available. Okay, let's watch it. Uh-oh. Not available on the desk. See, this is why we gotta test it out. Okay, display capture. Above the error messages. Okay. Here we go. Also doing a little bit of a different quality, so trying to look out for any drop frames or any issues there. Separately, we have to figure out the delay, if any. Let's see. Send out a test. Oh. It's like no delay. What? But the stream is still working. There should be a delay. Does it not matter? Let me just make sure that this is running well. Okay, we're at 1440 by 60. Ooh, damn, look at that quality. Mashallah. Okay. We'll pause that. Pause this. And let's get into it. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater official release date trailer. Released 3 hours ago. Oh, baby. This is some pristine clips that we have not seen yet for Metal Gear Solid Delta. I thought it was going to come out last year, but we finally have the release date. Spoilers, August. Let's check it out. Sorry, let me... Oh!
Colonel.
This is the point where you first see the end wheeled away on a wheelchair. Oh my god, look at that fluidity.
On this place. He's coming here, I'm sure of it.
Look at these camera angles. Is that how it's gonna look in game?
America is out to destroy
this is the Powder Puff Girls intro music, I swear to god.
The philosopher's legacy.
Look how beautiful they look.
And they're out to kill me as well.
Oh my god, these graphics. Oh, this cutscene.
What's the story between you and the boss?
She was like a mother.
An important character is born from that relationship.
The Cobras will take care of him.
That was the end's parrot.
Do you hear me, Snake?
Oh, that eyeball being popped out in 3D is even worse.
I see it. The fear.
This guy seemed pretty scary, but to me the B guy was the scariest.
A host of sorrows.
Oh.
And you are one of them.
They're just showing us the entire
Why
game.
come back? There's nothing for you here.
Part of the interest with the first game was seeing and experiencing all these different
I
locations.
still have the Shago hug and the
So a little bit disappointing they revealed it to us, but
America can do to stop us.
this is like the very end game. This is like the literal end of the game.
Finished yet.
It's supposed to be a big reveal that Volgin has those electric powers, since that's pretty supernatural, but August 28th, there it is. Pretty cool trailer. There's a little bit more at the end. The Ape Escape collab is real. How's that possible? Okay, I don't know about many other people who grew up on Metal Gear Solid 3, but the Ape Escape gameplay was not really that. It was cool, but, you know, I much preferred this gameplay right here. So, I'm excited to see that they got that collab going, but me, this big ol' eye, and the guy with the mask and the flamethrower are one of my favorite boss designs. Oh, you know we're gonna be crying at the end of this Sorrow fight, though. Also with Shalashashka. Is that his name? Shalashashka Ocelot? Am I just making up words there? But, I don't know. I'm excited. I already know exactly what's going to happen in the game, so for a reveal trailer of a remake, I guess that makes sense. I thought they might be going about it as if they were introducing this game to a bunch of people who had never played Metal Gear Solid, which, I mean, these are pretty much still spoilers, and I think add a lot to the surprise of what you'll experience in the game. So a little bit disappointed there, but me as a fan and person who has already played, I do quite like it, and I'm excited to finally play it, especially seeing all these new graphics. Oh baby, oh, that's so good. Also, neat little thing in here, I just love the details to Metal Gear Solid. At least in the original game, you could shoot specifically these radios on these soldiers and disable their ability to call in reinforcements or communicate to other soldiers. So it's just neat that the visual design to these characters have meaning there. And we'll just be able to see them in even higher fidelity in 2025 rather than when it first released in like the 1800s or some shit. Damn, how long you been live? I just went live, Goosey. Thank you for stopping by. We're trying out some new stream settings. I'm streaming in ultra high definition, super quality on YouTube, as well as only doing a TikTok stream. So, unfortunately, no longer doing the Twitch or the YouTube vertical streams, but I think that's okay. I think we're exchanging it for a little bit better quality with the big live streams on YouTube, and we're still able to get some multi-stream action with that TikTok, which I think works pretty well. So thank you Goosey, for liking and stopping by. Good morning, Goosey. But we're doing some quick tests here. I'm probably not going to be getting into any real gameplay here in earnest, because I want to make sure I save that for the official playthrough. So just want to get that gameplay trailer of Metal Gear Solid out of the way, because I'm super hyped and excited for that. And then let's see if we can try getting into some gameplay here and see if the game crashes. So yesterday we had some issues with playing Come Deliverance II multi-streaming though. And I am multi-streaming. I am streaming to fewer platforms though. And let's see how well this works. So I'm probably just gonna idle around. I'm not gonna try and do any of the... I just love this painting. I love the details of this being like a real 3D painting. I don't know how real it is, but you can like see the texturing.
Like she got up and went straight out.
Okay, so because we did crash, we're playing a little bit back. So last time we left off, I think we already finished talking to Bozhena, and we're supposed to try and find her daughter, but her daughter was not in the 3 main objectives that I wanted to accomplish for this stream, that when we do get started, so maybe I should hold off on saying this, but I want to focus on saving Mutt, getting my horse, and then getting our way into the wedding party. So we have many look at how big this map is. I'm pretty sure this is just the intro part of the game, and it's going to expand even further, just like the first game. But this is a huge amount of land to just walk across, so I can't wait until we get Pebbles, our horse. But like I said yesterday, there's a lot of cool design to this game that I think it makes it worthwhile to actually walk around. So I did reference Skyrim in the title for this stream on YouTube. I guess since we're still testing it out, it's not going to be official yet, but I do think that this game is very, very similar to Skyrim. The thing that I thought about calling or titling the playthrough and stream with Skyrim mentioned, but I just wasn't sure, because to me the beauty of Skyrim is the open world design, and the first game was not very good with that. So with this game though, with the second one, I think the open world design is much better already. There's interesting points of interest. The mix between points of interest and emptiness, I think, is a nice blend. Maybe I'm just glazing the game. Maybe I'm just too into it because I played the first game. But I do think that the experience of walking from Troskovitz to Samin felt natural. It felt cool. There was interesting lands to see. And so once we get to the point where we do get Pebbles and those roads will be a bit more familiar, I think that's a nice little sequence of growth, I guess, from walking and then sort of upgrading ourselves to being able to use a horse. So that'd be pretty cool. All right. Looking like we are dropping a few frames here. Let me disable these previews. I don't know if this does anything, but we'll see. Is there magic? There is no magic. I was going to say, is it worth playing? To me, it's worth playing, and I've actually upgraded my PC specifically to be able to play and stream this. So I've been putting in a lot of effort to be able to play this game, but I think it's worth it. All that to say, I think it's worth it. I think if you got into Skyrim, you're really going to enjoy this game. So you know what? Because we crashed yesterday, some of this gameplay that we're about to see is a bit repetitive. So I have no issue kind of skipping through this.
And?
Let's just zoom past this. We talked about finding a man's cap, which is actually the cap that I'm wearing right now.
I found a cap.
I don't.
So how you gonna feel asking some random man that you saved his life, who killed 3 people outside your house, or 2, took your daughter's hat, and you asked him to go find your daughter?
She didn't
I don't
pack
know.
up
That's some
her-
bandit behavior right there.
She's
If I was
got
Bozhena,
We've
I'd
got
kill
Lovely
Henry right now.
weaves baskets. Take care.
Okay, so essentially we get told that Pavlena goes to town. She didn't really prep for leaving the house, so I do think that she got. So we're gonna try and save her, but I don't think we really have any leads. We could talk around town, which I think is the goal there, but we'll see if that's correct. Just like the first game, there's a little bit of a puzzle logic. Like, the game isn't just gonna give you map markers all the time to go to where you need to go. So if I had paid more attention to that dialogue, I'll probably know exactly which town, but I think I remember. We'll just need to go to town and ask around, I think. So we'll see if we can follow up on that and save Pavlena, thanks to Bozhena and her mom saving us and Hans earlier. So I do feel in debt to her. I did write down that we need to pay our debt off to her though. 150 Groschen. That's gonna be some big money right there. Oh my god, look how beautiful this game is. I don't know what this boar is doing on the road fronting on me like this though. If he takes a step, okay, I was gonna say, if he took a step closer to me, I'd be shanking him right now. I'd be turning him into goddamn bacon. It is still morning, so we could do with some American breakfast. Alright, I'm going straight to Mutt though, since he is my priority. That is my baby dog. So we should be taking care of that dog. Otherwise, why would I have the dog if I'm not gonna take care of this dog? To me, if I were walking in this with this path, this is some rugged nature, but to me, I guess people like Henry, this is just, you know, their sidewalk. Also, let me check out this stream. Hold on. Let me check out this stream. I quite like that. Wow. Just nice little details. This is what I would consider almost a point of interest. Just this scene alone. It's just so cinematic. Just love this path, how it winds up. It's not just a straight path. It follows the terrain, so it's a bit more realistic. A nice gradual incline all the way up, because it is pretty tiring walking up a hill. I don't know how long ago y'all been outside, but walking at a 2% incline, that's some tough shit. Wow, look, that's where we came from too. All from that tree line over there. Walked across that trail all the way up to this hill. Ugh, I just love the scenery of this game. Let me take a quick check over at the stream video, just real quick. How y'all doing? Thank you for stopping by. This is a test stream though, so I'm not fully multi-streaming yet. We may not have the correct quality, but we'll see how we're doing here. Hold on one sec, y'all. I feel like the worth is dependent on who's viewing. Needless to say, I want it but got no money. I'm sorry to hear that. I know that feeling. I've been, I live my life in a way where I pretty much just spend money on video games and food though. And my pets, so that's those are my priorities. Hopefully in the future you'll be able to play though, Salmon. Elizabeth's saying I've never been outside. Well, you got to pick up this game immediately then, because this game will be able to satisfy your need. Yeah, your need to be outside, like straight up your human-based need to go outside will be resolved if you play this game. Swear to God. Okay, so this game is really beautiful, but I do see how on stream it does get muddy while we're still moving. It is a lot better than yesterday, though. Also, Sandman, thank you for liking that live. Appreciate you. Kitty! Where? Oh. You can't see her head, but when I looked behind, she went like this. So cute. Okay, well, this looks a lot better. Let's see how stable it is, though. We may be crashing. So, apologies, y'all. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. But we're going to keep going for maybe about an hour this early morning. Do an early hour morning stream. Just exploring. Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't really play the main game and just goof around so that I don't spoil the gameplay for myself.
Don't cause any trouble. Got it?
Oh, the big thing, I mention this all the time, but I love this reply mechanic. You know, it's kind of like in Red Dead Redemption with Arthur and people talking to you. You can retort back. It just makes you feel, I said this again yesterday, but I just really, can't understand why I enjoy it so much. I just love being able to reply and actually feel like Henry is a character in here.
What did I do to you?
And it's like you can like in Red Dead Redemption, you can either be positive or negative with your greeting. So you actually have a choice as a player on how Henry responds. So yeah, they could have made it automatic and just had Henry respond to every character. Though maybe when there's multiple NPCs trying to greet you, that could get muddy or messy. But just giving us the option to be mean or happy, just like in real life, you know, just adds to that immersive aspect of the game, which the game is clearly trying to do a lot with. And in fact,
Put that pig sticker away.
Put that pig sticker away? I'll put it away in you.
I'll have you for that.
Let me get that combat, baby. Come on. Let me get my stamina. This is the guard. Come on, call everybody else. Call your friends. You're actually dead. You've been slain. Give me your food. Did anyone see? Did that dude see me? Okay, they didn't have glasses back then, so maybe he didn't. But if he did, let's make sure we equip our better weapons. Okay, we're going sicko mode because we're not. This is not a real save, so don't judge me. And this dude had coutures with rondel. Don't know what that means, but that sounds good as hell. We're gonna wear the pajamas, the groin cover. It's a bit confusing which pieces go where. Oh, I guess I can just see them on screen. But then I have to my screen is so wide I have to look left to right. So I wish the first game also had a trouble with huge inventories. I guess any RPG game with open world and a lot of items that you can collect have issues with showcasing your full list of inventory in a neat way. So it's a bit unfortunate, but what can you do? Alright, let me kill this witness. You blocking the gate?
So you have a weapon? Big deal.
Wait. Okay, I do have the saves. Okay, just making sure I'm not locked into this. Goodbye. Okay, that was a named character. Again, I'm sorry. We're just trying to we're trying to push the game just in case we crash here. Rate the game 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10 so far. We'll see. The only reason why I'm held up on it is because of the story. And admittedly, I haven't played too much of the story yet. I really enjoyed the first game. That was the main reason why I kept playing the first game, is because of the story and how unique it was. I mean, list any game where you play as starting off as a peasant to where you get wrapped up in this larger than life story where you pretty much become a peasant, where you are a peasant and you pretty much become a knight and join the ranks of nobility, which is pretty rare, I guess, for this time period. But as an experience to play, I think it's really fun. So we'll see how the story goes. Combat looks trash. You don't like the combat? The combat may look pretty trash, but I think it can become really cool and elegant.
Hey! You must have stolen that from us! And now you're walking around with it on?
How do you know that? How do you know what your friends wear? Come here. Everybody's being slaughtered. So this actually I quite like how simple the swordplay is when you're just terrorizing civilians. So you can't really judge the combat though, because this is like, these people are defenseless. I don't think they're even allowed to have swords and weapons back then. So these people, this is why the right to bear arms in the Second Amendment was created. Because of people like Henry doing this shit. They don't have any guards around, so we can't really show off the combat. But the reason why I said it could be pretty elegant.
It was you that committed murder. You want to kill me, you...
Just like Dark Souls, there's a nice little sequence between like parrying and being aggressive. I think the first game is a lot harder to get into because it involves some RNG with the combat there. But for this game, I think it's much more related to your skill as a player to push the correct buttons in the right sequence. So it's not really that challenging against enemies who don't have swords or can really engage with us in that sense. But once we get to harder enemies, I can almost guarantee I'll be dying pretty frequently. Especially if you get surrounded. What the
You want to try me? No.
You caught up to me? Why are you
Could have
naked?
done this the easy way. But now we'll do it the hard way.
That's what you get for trying to come up on a dude with armor and a sword. I don't know what... I mean, come on, telling me that we're gonna do it the hard way. I think he just learned the hard way. So you can't really judge too much when people come at you with their fists and start throwing them at you. But once we get into some actual swordplay, especially during the war sequences or like sieges, oh my god, I love the intro to this game. The first game, extremely slow. It's like playing Fable 1, which I actually enjoyed, but slower and worse. So Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 opening is terrible. But this game, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the opening is so fun. I really enjoyed being able to start off right away in that castle siege. I mean, the guns popping off, we're shooting the crossbow. It's a totally new mechanic compared to the first game, so I'm glad they started us off on that, showing off the new gameplay. We got a little bit of swordplay action in there. We saw all the armor, the scale of different people fighting all at once. Really cool. Really cool. So I can't wait for those scenes. Until then, though, I mean, we're pretty chilling. We're just some regular dude who has some decent understanding of swordplay, but most people do not. Most people will not, and I don't think the game is really built to accommodate a character who goes on a mass serial killing rampage, because surely at this point you would be branded. I mean, we could kill an entire village on our own, but I don't think that will. I imagine if that had happened back then people would be able to stop Henry by just ganging up on him. Because no matter how well he uses his sword, I'm sure just 3 people alone would trounce my ass. So the game is pretty weird in that sense. You know, we just killed those people in cold blood. A few people cared, but I think there's reputation per location. So it's a little bit gamey in that sense, but we are playing it more as a game. So I'm not too wrapped up about how dissonant it is to kill the guards and then just like walk around freely. I mean, no one saw, so what can anyone do? But I guess in the next few weeks, people would learn who the hell killed our guard here. Well, it was probably that one dude that was walking by and had a sword. That's not going to happen, though. I don't think there's logic for NPCs to discuss. Come together at the Homeowners Association and talk about strange fellows coming in and out. I'm just wandering around again, doing mostly a test stream here, so thank y'all for stopping by. The game looks cool. I think it is really cool. The swordplay is very clunky, like the first game. I think it's so much more smooth in the second game, but I agree, in the first game it was terrible. I have no qualms with saying how terrible the first game's swordplay was, and I have to say, maybe I'm wrong, but I have to say it's based on the RNG involved with the first game. In the sense that you would just do things that you would do 20 hours into the game, but because Henry is not skillful enough yet through RNG, those same actions would still lead to a poor fighting experience. Like you would get parried or grappled by your enemy. All these things that you can't avoid that just happened to illustrate the experience that Henry is inexperienced. But when you as a player have played through maybe once or twice and know how to play the gameplay, it feels so bad that Henry is struggling when you as a player are not with your inputs. So it feels really clunky in that sense, because I'm doing everything right. I'm gonna keep doing it the way I am, even when Henry is more skilled. So it's like, what's the point of having active gameplay when the active gameplay isn't what actually determines your success? If it's just the grinding, what a waste of time to me, at least. So that was my big frustration. And here it doesn't seem like there's so much emphasis on the RNG. You know, if I parry, I parry. If I start throwing out swings, my enemy could parry or not, but I at least seem to have the ability to always protect myself. And I guess maybe now thinking and talking about it out loud, maybe that's a bigger issue, is that in the first game, that RNG led to you losing HP, but you couldn't protect yourself against it because it's RNG. So I think that added a lot to the clunkiness there. Fancy Pants, Empire, thank you for liking. Is this worth getting if you haven't played KDC 1? 100%, I think. Because in the intro, it was a little bit desynced for me. I don't know if anyone else gets those problems, but the intro cutscenes, they pretty much spoil to you exactly what happens when it's relevant. So in the beginning, we clearly see Henry's parents, or pretty much his adoptive parents, his real father, which is a noble, some of his experience with Hans, his survival of Skalitz being raided by the Cumans and Sigismund's army, and events like that from the first game that go to detail, or that give you the context that you need to really enjoy the story in this game, in the sequel. So I do recommend you. It's worth playing. And in fact, someone asked me yesterday, or told me yesterday, that they were going to play the first game. But to me, I don't recommend that, mainly because of that combat. And it took me like 2-3 playthroughs, like earnest playthroughs, to just get through the game in entirety. So I've only beat it once, I think. But to like enjoy it and play into it, it took me like hours to just accept the gameplay and see how why the devs thought it was fun. And I thought the first game I thought was really fun. I'm being pretty hard on the gameplay there, but only because I think they've massively improved it in this game. So I have no issue saying that the first game is terrible, but this game so far has fixed a lot of my issues with the first game. So I'm really excited to keep playing it and working on these stream issues. So thank y'all for stopping by. This game looks cool. Should I get it for PS5? If it's on PS5, I recommend it, especially because it could be hard to run on PC. What computer are you running the game on? So I assembled a new PC just to play this. There was something wrong with my 3080 graphics card, but I don't think there should have been any issues. Anyways, I'm on a 4070 GPU, and then AMD Ryzen 7 9800. So with those two components, I think I'm able to run the game pretty well. I have 32 gigs of RAM, but I don't think that's really a big deal here. The game is really well optimized. It's on the CryEngine. But surprisingly, I did get crashes. I think that's just because I'm streaming though. So that's the main thing that I'm testing out here. Not really getting into the gameplay intently, just goofing off while we try and hit maybe about an hour stream to see stability here. So thank y'all for tuning in. I remember spending 8 hours at the beginning of the first using an exploit. Me too, exactly. Me too, 100%. And that's like, why am I doing this grind to enjoy the game better? I hate that. I hate grinding games. I hate RPGs that involve a lot of grind. So Pokemon, Final Fantasy, those like tactical type games, OG, I really hated them. It was like doing the same thing over and over, so you could do that same thing better, but it was the same actions. So to me, that was pretty boring. Okay, I didn't really get into Pokemon. I didn't really get into those turn-based tactics game. And I think that might also be because I'm just bad. I don't like to maybe think so hard. I like sometimes making mistakes and seeing how cool or how to get out of that. Maybe that's just me speaking because I'm lazy and not that smart. But with turn-based games, it's very punishing because you have all the time in the world to make the right decision. So when you make the wrong decision, you know what I mean? Feels pretty bad. But that's also part of that experience. But me personally, not a big fan of turn-based games or games with a ton of grind.
Praise God.
Here I haven't felt like I need to do much grinding. I'm sure you could. And maybe get some good stuff out of that, but
Are you Bavarian?
Is someone fighting?
Fuck, I'm bleeding.
okay, let's see.
What the fuck did you do that for?
Oh, this dude trying to swing with... Oh my god, he's actually beating my ass. Oh my god, he's beating my ass. Oh my god, he's...
Take that shit!
Oh my... I can't parry his fists. I can't parry his fists. I have like 1 quick second. Okay, let me stop. I need to recharge my stamina. Oh, that's interesting. So the parry system is different from the first game. It's a lot more fluid. It's a lot nicer. Okay, stamina. Stamina. I'm not doing any damage without my stamina. I have to kill him before others come. See, if that guy didn't throw some hands at me, I probably would have won. Okay, so I think that's also a little bit difference between what happens when you are skilled in swordplay and you're able to like do some big damage. So all those few hits that I did land, didn't do that much damage. One, because of low stamina, I'm pretty sure. Still new to the game, so I might be wrong on this. But I think it's because of low stamina, and I just didn't hit him enough. And low level. So if I had higher level, I would have done more damage in those hits that I did land. And if I was better, I'd land more hits. And if I was intelligent, I would not have died. There was a proper sequence of how I was supposed to explain that whole thing, but I failed midway. I have the 4070. Is that a good one? I think it's good enough to play, especially if you're not streaming. 4070, I mean, beautiful game. Let me show you all the settings that we're at. We're on high. We're on high, all right. We're on high. I'm playing in 1440, 16:9 ratio. We have DLSS on, and motion blur and depth of field. So with all of that together, I mean, I really enjoy how beautiful the game looks. Hopefully it's showing up well on stream, but I think it looks great. I have a 4070. I think well, the 4070 is the exact card recommended to play. So if you got a 4070, I think you're set. I think you're set, baby. Should you play the first one before? Is it the same story? It is the same story, but they do a great job with recapping the first events. So because I'm not a big fan of the gameplay for the first game, I do enjoy the story for the first game. One of the most unique stories, especially for a video game and for this setting. I can't recommend playing it though, just because of the gameplay. So I do recommend you jump right into Kingdom Come 2 if you're interested. If you're interested, I think it's very much worth it. I think it's pretty much.
Take care, my friend.
You know, someone brought up Knights of the Old Republic with the dialogue, and I think that's so apt. I mean, it's really simple. Like, you saw me zoom past that. I just died, so I already ran through that. I just didn't have a save recently. But the dialogue is really simple. It's just nice. It's cuts between different camera angles of the characters, so just like Knights of the Old Republic, add some dynamism there. Pretty straightforward, nothing special. But I enjoy the writing, I enjoy the dialogue, the language the characters are using, the humor. This game is surprisingly very comedic. Maybe to go... Like, there's just so much love for this game in development, from the story and the details. Like, I think there's a lot of comedy, because that's kind of how life is. Like, a lot of people, at least the people I'm around, are all extremely funny people, and I think they do a lot to make other people laugh and enjoy themselves. And I think characters in here show similar depth. Like, they're not just always dour or really serious, grim soldiers. Like, they're goofy. Hans Capon is a noble, but he's always making fart jokes. And always trying to get that little gooner creeper. Our first mission is dodging our bath so we can, while naked, creep on some ladies that we heard laughing and giggling while at the local lake. To which actually allowed us to survive an attack, which our friends died. So that was pretty bad. Oh, we do need to bury their bodies. They are good Christians, so we gotta do that. I forget what I was saying there. I'd say buy the first one on PlayStation because it's cheap. You like it, go to the next. I don't think many people will like the first game though. That's my issue.
Don't cause any trouble.
To be honest, I can't recommend you playing the first game just because it took me work to enjoy it, and I don't think people really have that time or care to. If you enjoy Come Deliverance II, I think it could be worth playing retroactively, but so far from everything that I've seen with my limited playtime, the sequel is just the first game but better. I don't know what a good game comparison is, but I don't know, I feel like it's just superior. And they're already giving you a lot of details from the first game in terms of the story, so I don't think you're missing much. You're missing out on much. Okay, we are coming up on 36 minutes, so let me keep goofing off around, and then, well, actually, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for stopping by. We'll get into some real gameplay here. Big goal today is to save Mutt, get my horse, and also get into the wedding. But until then...
Greetings.
Oh, got your ear? Yeah. I love that shit. I love killing defenseless peasants. Come here. Oh, you come up here? Oh, no, I'm a man who can use his fists.
Mercy! Leave me be!
Oh, you should have kept swinging, dude. You should have kept swinging. See, it's so simple. I'm supposed to just hit right click when I see the green shield.
Give it to me! Now you'll see what we do with criminals, bastard! Should have yielded. Now I'll display your cubs on the...
Unlock the fucking...
Punishment by the blade.
Okay, back up.
Resisting of all the right.
Okay, nice. Good hit, good hit.
Fucking hell.
So my placement with my blade, I think it actually does matter. I'm not sure. I'm still playing out the gameplay. But I do want to swing where his weapon is not. He's holding it right. So I want to swing left.
Now you'll see what we do.
He's holding it low, so I swing up. He was holding it high, so I should have stabbed. Using these opportunities to parry. He's also parrying me. Let me try and switch it up.
Punishment by the blade. My favorite.
Okay, I gotta try and switch it up. Oh shit, I couldn't block that? Oh shit, I couldn't block that? Or maybe I did? I didn't see the icon, but I still blocked that. One more hit and I'm dead. One more hit and I'm dead. Damn, that dude just knocked my head over. So you can see, it's probably a lot easier for many of y'all watching. If I just hit the right click during those green shields, that's pretty much the gameplay right there.
And went straight out.
But there's a little bit of challenge in, ensuring that you don't take any unnecessary hits, because you can take quite a bit of damage, especially with the level difference and some weapons and lack of armor. But you also need to be like repeatedly pounding your enemy, making sure that you're changing up your strikes. If you keep hitting left and right, at least in the first game, your NPC enemy would be able to easily block and parry those type of hits. So you do have to be, swinging overhead and then stabbing from the bottom, left or right. And in the first game, there were ways to avoid characters from parrying you through combos. And it looks like we do have some combos. So I remember them talking to us about this. Okay, so it looks like I should be trying to actually do more of these combos, because the benefit about these combos, kind of like in ye olde times, they would teach their knights these combos because they would force their opponent into a favorable position for the attacker. So by attacking left and right, you know, you have your enemy defend left and then right, and then you quickly use that moment when they defend right to slip and then hit left on a lower strike. And that's what they're explaining here. So that's the general like lore behind these combos and why they work, is because that's what I think their research has told them, you know, is essentially how it would work in real life, is by using these combos, you force your opponent into a position that you can exploit. And it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if y'all have played with swords before, but it is very mechanical in that sense. And I know nothing though, so I'm just talking out of my ass. I just think it's pretty cool. Blair, welcome. I see you with those eyes. Good morning. The game is great, however, the time it takes to get good at a skill is the same time it would take to learn it in real life. That's an interesting point, because there is a lot of realism to this game. It does make sense that they do want you to grind, but for a video game, especially one that's replayable, so in some sense, like in real life, you have the skills needed to play the game, but your character does not yet. Like if you replay it and make a new game. And that kind of makes sense, but just realistically as an experience to play over again, it wasn't that fun. Like, yeah, it was a cool experience that I had to grind up to actually be able to trounce everybody like super easily, even with this type of gameplay that you see me play as. So despite my lower skill, because I have a higher level, better gear, I'm able to still win more fights than not. And that's pretty realistic. That makes sense. But there's something about being able to, like, naked with just a single sword and just your raw gameplay skill, be able to just kill everybody. And feel that fantasy. Is it realistic? Not at all. But, I mean, that's like, holy shit, that's really fun. Or at least the idea of it. Am I going to do that very often? No. Am I going to wish that they put me into scenes where we battle against multiple dudes in war, and then I have the valor of killing multiple dudes on the battlefield? Hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I want that. So hopefully we do see that. I cannot wait for the siege on the castle, which I hope happens shortly after the wedding party, and I think maybe more of the world map will open up. That will be so exciting to see. I cannot wait. Using some crossbows, swords, shield, you know, diving into the thick of it, killing dudes left and right, saving other people. The valor of the battlefield is what I need. Dang, that's intense. It's a lot of grind. Set the village on fire. Okay, Goosey, relax. We're just testing the stream out here, okay? We're not trying to genocide people. I don't think we can throw the torch. Otherwise, oh, you know, we'd be starting those forest fires. We'd be starting those forest fires. Okay, we're coming up on 43 minutes, so y'all, I think I might restart the stream and then start us off real. And first thing is we're gonna save Mutt, so let me get up to that village at least. Thank y'all for tuning in. Miss Parkle Champ. Oh, Mr. Sparkle Champ. I'm playing it right now. The stealth missions are the worst. Oh no. Oh no. I know stealth was so terrible in the first game, but I just enjoyed the idea. I like how there's, in this time period, there's no lamps, no lighting, so it's just candlelight. That means anytime you're inside an interior, there's a lot of dark places. So it just feels, yeah, it feels cool. It's like an updated Skyrim. To me, stealth wasn't the best, but it was still fun, what you could get up to. So that's sad to hear that you're not enjoying the stealth missions. Kind of cool that there are stealth missions, but sad to hear that they're not like blowing it out of the water with there. One Pixie and Mr. Sparkle Champ, thank you so much for liking. How long was this in development for real? Like what, 3-4 years? I'm not sure. I wish they add bombs. We might see some bombs. Because if you look up the intro to this game, right after the intro text and stuff, I'm like 99% sure the first thing we see is smoke billowing out of the original hand cannons that were pretty much the precursor to handguns on the battlefield. Like that's the first thing that we see is a soldier in medieval armor using just like a barrel with gunpowder in it and probably some metal, and just using that to shoot somebody over castle walls. I think that goes to show like the turn of some technology and how different it is from the first game, which I think is pretty cool. But because of that, we might see some other technological advancements as well, like use of bombs and sapping for entering castle walls. Castle sieges are a pretty big deal. I mean, those are, you know, I'm not a historian, but anytime a castle is sieged and successfully sieged and sacked or whatever, that's a pretty big event. So actually, you know what? I am curious. Are we gonna survive the siege? Because it doesn't look too hot, if I say so myself. If you remember, Hans got shot in the back. The trebuchet is sieging us down. Soldiers are rushing us. They haven't gotten through the gates yet, but it's not looking great for the siege. So we'll see how well that works out. I can't wait to get back to that. Well, it looks like we're pretty stable and doing the multi-stream, so I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty happy about that. Chef, thank you for the follow as well. Does it have multiplayer? It does not. No multiplayer. It kind of looks like Manor Lords. Kind of like a first-person Manor Lords, huh? They just recently updated Manor Lords too. Really enjoying that game as well. Can't wait for the full release. Eli, thank you for the like. Sounds sick. So excited to play this game. Me too. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to get into it fully. We're gonna save Mutt. Game name: Kingdom Come Deliverance II. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm gonna restart the stream, and then we'll be back here and play Kingdom Come Deliverance II, fully. So our goal for today is gonna save Mutt, buy Pebbles back, pay back Bozhena, who saved us, 150 Groschen, and then, oh, we could save her daughter, but that's not the main priority. I'm sorry, Bozhena. She's a grown-ass woman. I'm sure she can take care of herself. At least enough for me to take care of my pets, my dog and my horse, who are not human and can't take care of themselves. We're gonna take care of them, and then we're gonna go to the blacksmith to get his help to get into the wedding party. We have another option though, to go to the miller. And I think this is pretty interesting that there's two different routes that we could go. Because the blacksmith makes me think it's going to be honest, hard work. The miller is going to be stealth and thievery. Because, at least in the first game, they made a big point about the trivia that people who live on the outskirts of a village, such as charcoalers, people who make charcoal, or mill flour, since they need to be by a river or a lake to get that water wheel to help automate their work and process. So because they live on the outskirts of the village, people are not as close to them, and so they have a higher propensity to do crime, since they're not as deeply connected to the rest of society there. I don't know how true that is, but that's like what I got from the first game and the trivia that they were sharing here. And I don't think we've unlocked the miller yet. We probably will once we get there, but that's my thinking. So because me personally, I'm more interested right now in the blacksmithing, especially since Henry is a blacksmith. That's what we're gonna do first. So y'all, I'm gonna restart the stream here. Game is Kingdom Hearts 2. This is that new Fortnite collab. All right, y'all, I'm gonna be right back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you check this game out. If you don't tune into the next stream, but otherwise, thanks for your time. Thanks for helping me test this game out. Looks like we didn't drop too many frames, so looking good. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in a bit.